So, hello everyone, it's Zion again, and welcome to Spies vs. Mercs Classic Mode. I've cut this video up quite a bit to keep the actiony bits actiony and the boring bits out, but if you want to see the entirety of the actual gameplay, I can certainly do that as well. Today I want to talk about something that is key to being a successful spy in Spy vs. Mercs, and that is the balance that you must strike between being aggressive and being stealthy, using your stun and crossbow correctly or not using it at all. Because if you miss, there is a very, very long reload between you and your next shot, and the Merc probably knows where you're coming from at that point. But the problem becomes the map sizes are small enough, and especially once you've started the hack, that there's not many places that you can hide that the Mercs will not eventually check. That is not, of course, saying that there are not places on these maps where you can hide that Mercs won't find you, but you must remain mobile, or at least remain able to be mobile at all times. Because especially in classic mode, where you know that both Mercs have a radar, you want to keep them off balance. Your job as a spy is to remain unseen and deadly until the very last second, so that all they see is you coming after them with the kill in mind. Because you must remember that what the Merc is seeing is quite different from what you're seeing. They don't have access to night vision goggles. They don't have access to a third-person viewpoint. They're first-person, and it's very, very dark. You have much more mobility, you have much more time to react, you have much more time to plan. The Mercs are reactionary. You, as a spy, must be proactive in your attempts to take down your enemies. So use the reactionary tendencies of the Merc against them. Make sure that they know that you're coming, but not from where. Use the red dots that come up on their radar against them. Instead of saying to yourself, alright, they know where I am, so I need to stop moving. Say to yourself, they know where I am, but not where I'm going to be, because that is the true key to being a successful spy. It is not, in fact, being completely stealthy and unseen. It is being unseen and stealthy until you kill them, and then you repeat the process. And if you are the hacker, I would not advise you to just sit in one location unless you know that your teammate has your back at all times. But in classic mode, when it's 2 versus 1, you better have a pretty darn good teammate or he's going to die. In blacklist mode, which I will talk about in another video if I can ever get it to work correctly, you can sit in one place and let your teammates do all the work for you. But in classic especially, you want to be proactive even as the hacker. You want to be causing distractions. You want to be killing when you can. Go for style points. Because if they know you're the hacker, but you're still going after them, they're going to be bound to make mistakes because they will become much more aggressive. They will think, oh, he's the hacker, but he's also going for kills. He will be an easier target. Defy their expectations and be a much more difficult target. Instead of sitting in one location, like you'll see me do at this C point, find a location, hide in it for a little while, and then start racking up the paranoia. Start really trying to get down and dirty into your Merc enemy's mind. Because again, these maps are small enough, and the terminal zone's small enough that you cannot stay in one place too long because the Merc will eventually find you, if they know what they're looking for. So mobility and surprise become your biggest weapons, not necessarily the paranoia you instill in your opponents. Unless you're going up against some very, very skilled Mercs, you as a spy will know where they're coming from before they see you, and so you have to use that against them. Be preemptive and proactive with your nades, especially in classic mode when you're given smoke, EMPs, flashbangs, and a stun crossbow. Use these tools in every way you can think to use them. Throw them at your feet to blind. Throw them across the room to distract. Stun so that you can take out enemies quicker. But especially if you're the hacker, stay on the move, but keep track of where your enemies are based on the location of their flashlight beams. Remember that they can turn these off, and they can probably still see you because of the goggles that you're wearing. However, if you're in a dark enough location, they'll have to turn their flashlights on, revealing the location. And if indeed they do see you, do not panic. You have more health than you think you do, so you can in fact take a few hits. And you'll see that especially on this C point, they find me a couple times, but I keep moving, I keep evading them, I keep staying to the shadows, and it gets me the win. It gets us 2 against 0. And remember, It's all about a combination of mobility, stealth, and lethality. All about prediction. All about being where your opponent thinks you're going to be the second before they think you're going to be there.